It's Mo Murphy from ClarkeCountySports.com. We're here at the Wilbur M. Feltner Stadium in Berryville, Virginia, for tonight's ClarkeCountySports.com Game of the Week. Tonight is also the Eagles Athletic Hall of Fame night. We have quite a class going in this year. Several from the state championship basketball team, track, soccer, all kinds of state champions coming in tonight. We'll have that ceremony at halftime. The Eagles come back after a tough loss last week at Central. They'll play their big rival, Strasburg. The Rams are also playing good ball this year, so this is going to definitely be a tough matchup. We'll have all the highlights, interviews, and more from Hall of Fame night at the Felt on the ClarkeCountySports.com Game of the Week.
Well, shake hands, introduce yourself. Receive on this end. Come on,
They gave tonight in the go-around district and also protecting the so landing that in. Baylor trying to get to the outside. And he does. fouls will pull it down and take it to the end of the first quarter. The Eagles 7, the Rams 7. Again, Child for set formation.
Taylor trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Good hard
That boy Baja.
Going to 9, Danny Allen. He comes back up field. To the right. Downfield. Completed to Danny Allen. Take it forward. Send it back, the ball is down. Double pass! The Eagles 13, the Rams 7.
This Mo Murphy from Clarke County Sports at the half. Clarke leads Strasburg 14-7. Both teams scored on their opening drives. Clarke scored with a Peyton Rutherford run. Clarke came back. Kobe Childs hit Danny Lyman on a touchdown pass. That's the difference in the game. The Strasburg Rams will be getting the second half kickoff. We'll be back. We're going to go ahead and shoot the inductions for the Hall of Fame now, and we'll have that later as well. 14-7 Clarke. Mo Murphy from the Felt.
Going to Feltner over. And they say he did not play third quarter. Harper's at the offense. Peyton roll to the backfield, got some running room.
There you go, Peyton!
That's out to Peyton roll. Now to the right. Charles and Harrison in the backfield. As we always say, on your way home tonight, please drive careful.
Well, Murphy from Clarke County Sports. We're here with Peyton Rutherford after he scored 3 times tonight in the big 26-23 win over Strasburg. Just talk a little bit about the game.
We battled. We battled the whole game was close. They got a lead on us. And we were fighting for our way back. We scored twice. We got on them, and they scored again. We were trying to keep the ball away from them. We turned over with like a minute left or so. and they're driving by the field, but the defense held them, and the defense played great last drive.
And would you guys talk about at halftime? Because I was out here on the field.
Coaches were just fixing things on holes and where we should go, and the defense, we just patched some things up to come out for the second half.
And you got a lot of yards tonight after breaking tackles. You just think you just weight room, or the guys blocking, or what will you accumulate that to?
I've always worked hard in the weight room. I've tried my best to be as strong as possible. I think that's paying off for me now.
And now we got our last home game next week against Madison. They've been struggling a little bit. What do you guys got to do to keep yourself up?
Just have the same practice we did last week and just keep on working.
All right, well, you heard that from Peyton Rutherford, who scored 3 times tonight. Had some big runs in the Eagles' exciting 26-23 win. It's Mo Murphy from Clarke County Sports. Here with Colby Childs. Colby, big win tonight. Offense moved the ball well. Can you just talk a little bit about the game?
We knew coming in the game that was going to be a dogfight. It's Strasburg. They always put up a good fight. When we go way back, we've had a lot of close games, and it's just nice to beat a rivalry team. So.
And on that touchdown pass to Danny, I saw a couple guys open. Was he your initial target, or did you check down to him?
I was just rolling on the outside, and I had to get rid of it quick because I saw someone coming. I just saw him with his hand up, so I just threw it to him, and he made a great play on it.
And how'd the weather do tonight? It's a lot colder than it has been, kind of wet. Did that affect you at all?
I knew it was wet. It was wet. People were sliding, slipping around. But, I mean, it's football weather, so nothing's better than that.
And what do you think about Madison next week? You don't want to overlook those guys.
I know they have a lot of returning players from last year. We beat them pretty good last year, but we had to come out like we did tonight and play hard.
All right, well, you heard that from the Eagles quarterback, Colby Childs. He passed for a touchdown tonight in the big win, 26-23. We'll be back here next week at the Felt. It's Mo Murphy from Clarke County Sports. Thanks. We're here with Sam Sawyer. His name was called many times tonight on defense. Sam, can you just talk a little bit about this big win?
Yeah, when we came here, we knew they were just about as good as us, but before the game, Coach Parker really gets everyone fired up, and that just puts it in everyone's head that we're going to win, and we came out and did that.
And you had, they got a little bit of life right there at the end, a couple penalties, but you guys hung tough. What were you guys saying to each other out there?
Just no more yards. It's not acceptable. Just hold them, yeah.
And how you feel about, we're talking about this 7-3. We got 1 win tonight. We got 3 left to go. What do you guys need to do to reach that?
Play like we did tonight. And practice hard.
All right, we heard that from Sam Sawyer. He's been a leader this year on the Eagles defense. And we'll be back here next week against Madison for senior night. This is Mo Murphy from Clarke County Sports. We're here with Eagles head coach Chris Parker after the exciting 26-23 win over Strasburg. Coach, it was a nail biter, but we came through.
Well, we sure did. I'm really proud of the kids. Sometimes it wasn't pretty, but it when we had to make plays and buckle down, they did that. And sometimes that's tough to do with a young team. And, basically we're a young team. And I think that was not only a big game, Hall of Fame game, home game, rival with Strasburg. That was a learning game, and they did a good job.
And several guys did some spot play tonight. I know Kyle was coming in and out a lot. How you feel that the guys that came in did?
Well, I thought we didn't skip a beat. These guys know what they're doing. We try to coach them best we can, but when they step on the field, I'm very confident in them, and they did a good job. We didn't get off rhythm. We might have had a couple miscues, but I thought overall the flow of the game kept going the way we wanted.
And it looks like you must have had a good week after the Central game. They looked like they came out pretty fired up tonight. Yeah,
I think they were fired up. It helps playing at home. and they knew that going into the Central game was going to be a dogfight. But we just, like I said last week, once we graded our guys and watched our game last week, that game's over with, and we get ready for the next one.
And like I said to the guys, you got to be careful to not overlook Madison. I know they've been having some problems, but they could be an upsetter.
Oh, yeah. I'm not overlooking them at all. They have improved. Their head coach, Chandler Rhodes, played here. I mean, he knows what this program's about, and, we're not going to take them lightly on that.
Right, yeah. Chandler going into the Hall of Fame tonight. I guess they're going to present him next week, but how's that feel? I know it feels good when one of your guys that played before he gets in.
Oh, it feels great. He's a great guy. It was a pleasure or a blessing to be able to coach him, and he did some great things here. Not only everybody knows football, basketball,
right,
and I'm really happy for him.
I'll never forget that game down at Goochland when y'all almost came back. He played a heck of a game.
Yes, he did.
All right, well, you heard that from the Eagles head coach Chris Parker after they knock off Strasburg 26-23. And we'll be back here again next week against Madison for senior night. This is Mo Murphy from Clarke County Sports.
Thank you,
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thanks.
This is Mo Murphy from Clarke County Sports. Tonight's final score, the Clarke County Eagles 26, Strasburg Rams 23. This one went right down to the wire. 14-7 at the half, and Strasburg actually came out and took the lead 15-14, and the Eagles stormed back, had a nice lead, and Strasburg made a valiant effort to come back, but Clarke's defense stopped them and get the victory 26-23. We'll be back here next week for senior night as they finish up their home season against Madison County before playing their last 2 games on the road. The Eagles, before the game tonight, are making a vow to finish up at 7-3 so they can get into the playoffs. They've made that first step tonight with this win. 3 more games to go. We'll be back here next week at the Feltner for the home finale, senior night, and then we go on the road. So once again, tonight's final score, the Clarke County Eagles 26, Strasburg Rams 23. This is Mo Murphy signing off from the Feltner, Wilbur M. Feltner Stadium in Berryville, Virginia, for the ClarkeCountySports.com game. For those of you that don't know it, we ring this bell when we win.